You are now going to make your very own GUIRO. G-U-I-R-O, GUIRO. This is a really fancy fiberglass one that I love playing. When we play music sometimes out of the band practice box at school, we play this one that looks like a little rocket ship. And today you're going to make one out of either the roll of a toilet paper tube, the roll of a paper towel tube, or if you're really super fancy, you could make it out of a really thin poster tube if you have left over, okay? But it has to be kind of one that's a little bit squishy. I'm not gonna lie and say that these ones we're gonna make are gonna sound as amazing as the real thing, but they're gonna be something fun for you to play with, and I wonder if making these might give you some ideas of how to make another scraping instrument out of something else you have at home. And I would love to hear about your ideas, because there's actually a million ways to create something with bumps and something with ridges, and that's basically all you need. You either need to cut in a little slice or you need to add on a ridge, right? So there's a million different ways you could do it. But here's like a really simple way that I just thought everyone will probably have the supplies for, okay? So what you're gonna do is take your toilet paper tube or your paper towel roll, and you're gonna fold it just a little bit, not fold the whole thing and completely collapse it, just fold so you have one edge like a teardrop. Boo, like a raindrop, okay? Then just take your scissors, take pretty strong scissors, and then you're gonna cut little slits about the width of the grooves in the GUIRO. And make them as evenly spaced as possible, unless you want kind of a different sound, because if you make them all different widths, like some thin, some thick, I wonder if you can figure out what's going to happen to the sound. Not necessarily bad, but I think, you know, if you're going to do that, it's kind of hard to undo it, so just be ready that it might sound a little bit, what, even or uneven? Correct, uneven. And one nice thing about the sound of the GUIRO is it's that really nice, you know, all nice and even up the top. So do whatever you want. Now that you've cut it in, you've actually made little ridges in your GUIRO, and then you can play it. Now let's try it with the paper towel tube. Again, you're going to just choose one side and just only squeeze down the one side. There's no reason in the world to squeeze the back, and you want to keep it as round as possible so you can expand it back out and play it. And you're going to take your scissors and make little cuts, as many as you want and as large or small of gaps as you want. So let's see if you've been paying attention to music class all these years. If I have a series of very small gaps, is it going to make a high or a low? If you said high, you are correct. Good job. And if you make them real wide apart, low and slow, that is the tempo. Good job. I'm making mine kind of a little bit larger on this one. Okay, all done. The reason I'm tapping it on the end for the extra beats is because it actually sounds really nice. Also, I noticed with these paper ones that you can only go one direction with your scrape. So you can't go back and forth. So just make the other parts of the sound off of the plain end of the GUIRO. Here's a little bonus for you. Earlier I had out the bottles for the shaker video, and I wanted to tell you that, you know, no matter what kind of materials you have at your house, you can make so much with so little. Like earlier when we made a shaker out of this bottle, it's not only a shaker, but it's also a GUIRO. But you can also just tap rhythms out on the plain part of the bottle. Got it? Then I wanted to also say, if you do have other bottles where you don't have a lid for it, say for example, I've lost the lid off this metal water bottle, unfortunately, you can leave them with the open end pointing toward your audience, and actually they can become a really great instrument on their own. Let's hear how the metal one sounds. So no matter how much or how little you've got an amazing potential for some great sounds. Rock on, peeps!